Hi, welcome all. In this video, we will discuss about the wealth distribution and taxation in Islam. Islamic economic system is a mixed economic system, which includes the ideas of capitalism, which permits private ownership, and the ideas of socialism, which encourages distribution of wealth among all. So as we know that Islamic economic system is a mixture of both ideas of capitalism and the ideas of socialism. The ideas of capitalism in the sense that which permits the private ownership, Islam encourages private ownership. And the ideas of socialism, which encourages the wealth distribution of wealth among all in the form of zakat and other taxation measures. Through zakat, the collected fund will be transferred to eligible poor people from the rich people in order to improve income and wealth distribution and ensure equity in the society. So the idea of zakat is to ensure the financial justice among all and to avoid the accumulation of wealth in the hands of few people in a society. There are four main categories of taxation and wealth distribution in Islam. First one is zakat. The meaning of zakat is purity. Zakat has various philosophical aspects, such as it is not only a taxation system, but also a way of charity, kindness, and spirituality. So as we know that Islamic Sharia system has a dual objective. One is the betterment of this world and the betterment of hereafter. Similarly, the zakat also has a dual objective, that is the purification of wealth in this world and the purification of mind for the world hereafter. That is the spiritual aspect of zakat. Zakat is a wealth tax obligatory on all income-earning assets such as the ownership of animals, gold and silver, money, articles of trade, and the produce of the land. So the zakat is zakat is mandatory on various forms of ownership. It may be animals, gold, money, articles of trade, and produce of land. Now let us discuss about the features of zakat. Zakat is mandatory only for Muslims. Only Muslims have to pay zakat. We have discussed that zakat is like an ibadah. It's a worship in Islam. It has a dual objective. It's a spiritual activity also, so that it is mandatory only for Muslims. Zakat amount will be calculated for net balance after all credits. After all your credits, your expenditures, maybe for yourself or family or medical bills, everything. After all credits, the zakat amount will be calculated for your net balance. Zakat will be given to only 7 types of people who are eligible recipients of zakat. There are 7 eligible recipients of the zakat. They are, first one is miskin. Miskin is one who has no basic amenities such as shelter, food, and cloth. Yes, such basic amenities. Second one is fakir. Fakir is one who has basic amenities, but is needy for day-to-day living needs. So the difference between miskin and fakir is that miskin has no basic amenities such as shelter, food, and cloth, but fakir has basic amenities, but he is needy for day-to-day living needs such as education, need for education, medical need for medical bills, payment, and other day-to-day living needs. Third, a Muslim prisoner for a good cause. A Muslim prisoner for a good cause, not a Muslim prisoner for a bad cause, for any bad activity, but because of a good cause, as a fighter for the land, or at the time of Prophet, those Muslims who were sent for propagation of Islam and were put in prison, such Muslims. The Muslim employee who has been appointed to collect zakat. So there are employees who are appointed to collect zakat. They are also eligible for receiving zakat. A Muslim fighter for a good cause. Again, a Muslim fighter for a good cause, not the fighters for a bad cause, for a good cause. A Muslim traveler for a religious cause. A Muslim traveler is traveling for a religious cause, for spreading religion, propagation of the religion, or some for education purpose, and this type of people, Muslim travelers. One who incurred in debt, Muslim who incurred in debt, he has lots of debts because of various reasons, is also eligible for receiving zakat. So these are the 7 types of people who are eligible for receiving zakat. The kinds of wealth to be given zakat from are livestock, gold, silver, harvest, and money. Zakat is to be given from your wealth when it reaches the nisab. Nisab is the minimum amount of property that must be owned by a Muslim to be obliged to give zakat. So nisab is the boundary, it is the minimum amount. After owning that much amount, you are eligible to give zakat. If you have not that much money, if your money don't reach the nisab level, you are not eligible, you are not obliged to give zakat. So nisab is the minimum amount of property that must be owned by a Muslim to be obliged to give zakat. Nisab in gold is 87.479 grams. If you have 87.479 grams unused gold with you, then only you have to give zakat. If it is 86, you are not obliged to give zakat. If your gold is 87.479 gram or more than that, then you have to give 2.5% of that gold. And in gold, one important thing is that there is no zakat on regularly wearing gold. Unused gold is the zakat is to be given in the unused gold only. Nisab in wheat is 847 kilogram, and the rate of zakat is 1 by 10% if it is naturally irrigated. 1.1 by 20%, it means 5% if it is manually irrigated. So you have to give 10% of the wheat if it reaches 847 kilogram or more than that. If it is naturally irrigated, there is no extra cost of irrigation and all. If you are manually irrigated and you have spent lots of money for irrigation purpose by manually irrigate, then you have to give only 5%, 1 by 20, if it is manually irrigated. And if it was irrigated by both ways, half of the year naturally and half of the year manually, then similarly 1 by 10 of the half and 1 by 20 of the half, another half. Yeah. The nisab in cow is 30, then 1 2-year-old cow should be given. If the total number of cows reach 40, then 1 3-year-old cow should be given. The rate of zakat for a larger number of cows is at the multiplication of 30 and 40. It means if you have 30 cows, then I have to give 1 2-year-old cow. If it is 60, then 2 2-year-old cows. If it is 90, then 3 2-year-old cows. Or at the multiplication of 40, 80, 120, like that. If it is 120 cows, if you have 120 cows, then 3 3-year-old cows should be given. The nisab in silver is 612.35 grams, and the rate of zakat is 2.5% of the silver. The nisab in money is based on the opinion of the majority of the ulamas. The nisab in money will be considered as the same as silver. So an amount similar to equal to 612.35 grams of silver, that is the nisab for the zakat in money. If you have that much of money, according to based on the market value of the silver, you have to give 2.5% of the total amount. The next mode of wealth distribution in Islam is ushur. Ushur or the titha is the property tax on Muslims on fertile land when and only it harvests output. The tax rate depends upon the quality of the land. If it is 5% if it is manually irrigated, and it is 10% if it is naturally irrigated, where you have no expense. Kharaj is the tax on non-Muslims on revenues from the land. We noticed that ushur is mandatory only for the Muslims.
on whatever they produce from their fertile land. Similarly, kharaj is mandatory for the non-Muslims. 10% out of the output have to be given in the form of kharaj. The fourth form of wealth distribution or taxation in Islam is jizya. Jizya is the tax paid by non-Muslims to receive protection from the state. It is a lump sum tax depending upon the capacity to pay. It is 48 dirhams for the rich people, 24 dirhams for the middle class, and 12 dirhams by the poor. It is the responsibility of the government to ensure the protection to the wealth and the life of those people, for wealth of non-Muslims who were paid the jizya for their protection. So the government has the responsibility to ensure their protection. Similarly, in zakat also, those Muslims who didn't pay the zakat, they will not get any protection for their wealth by the Muslim state. Instead, Muslim state will seize the appropriate amount from those who didn't pay the zakat. So these are the four methods of wealth distribution and taxation in Islam. Thanks for watching.